Hi everyone, just a short video today, hopefully short video. I want to do a very quick recap on 2018 and what I see happening in 2019. So 2018 was a year that was, and I'm just talking about in pen related stuff. 2018 was a fun year and an important year. It's where I started to find what I think is sort of my place in the pen world. And I don't mean like here making these videos, because there are so many pen reviewers and I'm grateful for everyone who watches mine and thank you so much. But I just mean like the way I use pens, the way I collect them. I've acquired a lot of pens over the last few years and a lot of ink. And I think that you know, towards the second half of this year, I started to rationalize what I was thinking in that respect. I like the pens I have. I want to collect pens that I want, that I actually really want, and I have a wish list of pens that I would love to acquire. And I will still get pens that aren't on that list. New pens are always going to come out, and you know, I'm hoping that certain companies will continue to send me pens to review and to look at, and to provide these videos for you who watch them. What I would like to do is I'd like to find myself buying less pens, but buying more pens that I really want. It seems a shame and a waste for me to spend even $4 on a pen, you know, from China, and then write with it once and put it in a drawer. While I'm collecting sort of library of pens, and if people want particular pens to be reviewed, or particular pens are getting interest in that market, then of course I'm going to get them and look at them and review them. But for the most part, for my own personal collecting, I want to see myself really getting the pens that make me happy. And I'm starting to really know, after having looked at an insane amount of pens over the last few years, you know, well over 400 pens, I'm starting to now understand what I'm interested in and what I really want to get from these pens. So I know the size that I like, I know the nibs that I like, and that's something that I'm looking at sort of honing in my own personal sort of collection, if that makes sense. So I want to talk a little bit about 2018, what happened. One of the things I think that blew everyone away this year, well, just changed a lot of the scene, was Pen BBS. Now, they came out with pens that punch well above their weight in terms of the materials used, the build quality, and all of that. I acquired a few of them myself, and they're fabulous pens. And this year they really blossomed. They came out with particularly towards the end of the year, the 456, which is their vacuumatic filler, which is a big step up in the Chinese pen market. It is a remarkable pen, but this comes with my biggest problem with the Pen BBS pens, is that the way the nibs write, for me, it's just not my style of nib. Maybe it might be because I'm left-handed, but there's a little bit more drag on the page that I like, and they're just a little bit too fine. They are talking about coming out with medium nibs, and I will look at those very with a lot of interest, because medium nibs are my preference. And if Pen BBS, with those beautiful models and that beautiful materials that they use, if you can get them, they are pens that I am super interested in, but with a medium nib, so I end up swapping the nibs out on mine. In fact, in the video of my 456 unboxing, I swapped the nib out to a Goulet branded Jowo nib, and for me that made an infinitely more enjoyable writing experience. So if Pen BBS keep going the way they are going to change the scene again in 2019, particularly if they can come out with medium nibs. I think they'll open up their market a lot more. Of course, TWSBI came out with 1 million eco editions. You know, I think there's something, what, like between the eco and the eco T, something like 7 different models were introduced this year, which is amazing. I didn't collect many of them. I'm waiting for ones that particularly interest me. As I said, I'm not interested in just collecting hundreds of pens. I want pens that I'm going to enjoy. Into 2019, how I want to see this channel develop. So the channel's been growing a lot. I've been doing a lot more videos recently, and I've been subscriber numbers and view numbers have been increasing, and I'm so grateful for the support. I love you guys. You are awesome. I love the interaction that I get in the comments, the good and the bad. So thank you for your support. Keep watching and let me know how I can keep improving the channel and the videos and all of that sort of stuff. That this is a hobby for me. I don't make any money out of doing these. I haven't monetized the station or anything. So be considerate, but I want to see this sort of grow as well. And that can also happen with your support. So if there's a way you want to support the channel by sponsoring a review or a product, or sending me things to review, either if you're a pen company or a pen lover who has something they think I should be looking at, get in touch, let's see what we can do. So as I've already said, so I want to grow the channel. I want to make the videos more regular. So even though I've been doing a lot of videos, I want to make them, I'll probably look at doing less but more regular videos. So a series of videos that you can come to expect on particular days. I've got a couple of series of videos I want to do, like a series of videos, my favorite things, which would be pens, papers, inks, my particular favorites and why I like them. Not reviews of the products, but sort of, and even accessories like pen cases and things like that, because I think that we all learn from each other, and I think that's a cool way of sort of seeing what everyone has in their collection and what you might want in yours and why they have that in their collection, and that's an important aspect of this. After all, I don't make these videos for me. I make them so that I can pass on what information I have to you, and hopefully my enthusiasm for these products as well. I try not to review products I don't like. I've put that out there now. If I review a product I don't like, it's because there's a reason I think you need to know why I don't like it. Like if an ink performs really badly, I will do a review because you should know that ink performs really badly. But most of the time I like to review products that I enjoy, that I like, because I think that that's where we can all find exciting and interesting information. No one wants to just see someone ripping apart a product for the sake of it, or another dull review of a pen that is not exciting or whatever. So I try and review things that I like because it's the enthusiasm for this hobby and this community that I want to help share. So aside from all of that, what am I going to do in 2019? Well, a couple of things. I've said a few times I want to look at some vintage pens, and I think that would be cool. I'm interested in the Esterbrook pens, and particularly the Esterbrook nibs. Thanks to the Esterbrook Estie, the new one, with the MV adapter, you can put these nibs in it, and I want to try as many of these as I can get my hands on. They're not cheap to come by here in Australia, so I'm looking at avenues to get them, but I want to try out a few of these nibs. I want to see what that people writing in decades past, what they were writing with. I've started to get a couple of older Parker pens, and that for me is an interesting way of going about this hobby. I'm not yet keen to restore pens. I don't have the expertise or the knowledge to do that, but I want to start to get to know pens from previous decades as opposed to just sort of pens from now. I'm going to be keen to look at what TWSBI do, if they come out with new colours, new models, all that sort of stuff. Same with Lamy. But also my favourite pen brand in this sort of budget realm is Faber-Castell. I try and get every Faber-Castell pen I can get my hands on just out of interest, because they are pens that really appeal to me in the nibs, even on the lowest end, like the school fountain pens that you buy at your local office supply store for $10. They still write better for me than a lot of pens that are a lot more expensive. So this is what I'm interested in, is quality over quantity, and the pens that do what I want them to do, and that write the way I like. So that's sort of where I'm heading with this. Now, last thing I want to do, 2019, following Chris Rapp 52's videos, the year of the nib. 2019 in a way, I suppose, is going to be my year of the nib. So many pens have generic Bock, Schmidt, Jowo nibs on them. Obviously a lot of brands make their own nibs, things like Visconti and in the past and all of that, Pilot as well. But I want to explore more nibs. Different nib grinds. I'm going to be looking at some right foot oblique nibs, particularly with left-handed writers in mind this year. You know, a Jowo nib is great, but we know how the Jowo nibs write, so my challenge for this year is to explore other nibs and see what I can come up with. So that's what I want to see happen on this channel. Regular videos, content you want to see, content I want to make, pens I love, inks I love, and as much Australian content as I can put it forward. Like, Australian inks and pens. I want to do collaborations with makers and see what we can actually get up online. And so I'm going to be exploring that this year and see what we can do. I hope you found this video and all my videos interesting and helpful. You are the reason I make these, so thank you so much for watching. Please get in touch. All the platforms listed below, Instagram, Twitter, here on YouTube, on any of my videos. Drop me a comment. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.